welcome back. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk just a little bit more about my personal journey in manifesting and how I use law of attraction and law of assumption to change some different outcomes and things in my life that were not favorable. And I'm here happy and healthy today. So, as most of you know, 2020, we're all going through this whole COVID lockdown, things going crazy. And I had went through my own little personal thing. So, there was a lot of things kind of like brewing in 2020, but I was so hopeful and excited. And, that this was a year that I was putting my life back together. I had just went through divorce and I was just ready to just like have my life, have my freedom and feel good and get myself into the best place that I could possibly be. And my body started telling me, hey, Sarah, there's something wrong. So I went to the doctor, test, biopsies, everything. The first part of October, I believe, I was diagnosed with cervical and uterine cancer. That's a call you don't want to get. And only a few people knew. I chose not to tell my parents just because I knew they would worry. I didn't want them to worry. I wanted to just make it nonchalant, which I totally did. I was just like, well, they're going to have to do this radical hysterectomy. I mean, they found like a few cancer cells. I totally bypassed it like that. So fast forward, the morning of surgery, I was in the little room that they have you in before they take you back, and I was with my stepmom, and I broke the news to her. I just put a bomb basically in her hands that she had to deliver to my dad, and within maybe 5 or 10 minutes of me telling her this, my doctor comes in, introduces himself, and then informs me that this is the worst case that he had ever seen. So that pretty much detonated the entire bomb that I had just laid in her hands. So it took me off my rocker for a minute, but in my head, I kept thinking, and I kept saying this repeatedly, they're going to get everything. I wasn't even letting post-op stuff come into play, because in my head they were getting everything. I wasn't given room for anything else to manifest, and I was just very set, very, very determined that no, absolutely not. They're just going to do surgery and it's gone, done. And so that's what I stuck with. That was the story I created. And that was the story I stayed with, even after he tells me this, moments before I go under anesthesia. Still, nonetheless, I really wasn't letting it get to me. I was very strong in my faith. So, fast forward, the next morning, doctor comes in. He tells me, I'm not happy, young lady. I do not feel confident that we got everything. So, we need to start thinking about treatment options. And I'm thinking, okay. And really, my thought to him was, you can think about that all you want, but in my mind, you took all this stuff out, so no, there's not a chance. And it wasn't something I really wanted to talk about. And so for about a week, until my post-op visit, I continued to revise everything that he said to me. I was revising it in my head. And it was, no, they got it all. There was no chance of treatment. I don't have anything to worry about. I did have a few discussions, with my parents that if I had to have treatment, we would look at proton therapy. But I was like, but that's not even a case. I'm not even dealing with it because I'm not going to have it. So post-op comes around. He comes in. He says, well, you must believe in a higher power. We got everything. No treatment necessary. So internally, I was like, yeah, like I already knew that. I had already said it. I was very firm in that. I was very firm in my belief. Like, you can tell me something, but I will revise it. If it's not something I want to hear, I'm going to revise that. And right there, it manifested completely into my favor. I no longer had to worry about this. It was done. And I'm happy, healthy right now. So even when you can get hit with life-altering news, this is your health. And I knew a woman that had passed away the year before from ovarian cancer. And I knew another lady that had passed away in the early part of 2020 from uterine cancer. So even though I knew people who passed from that, it still didn't rock me. I did not take that, the death aspect of it, or they can't get it. I did Google some things, but then I was like, who cares? They're taking this stuff out, so why do I need to Google it? So I did not sit and dig and dig and dig. I refused to do it. I had that inner faith in that, knowing that I was going to be clear. So when you get hit with something that you don't like, you revise it, you change it, you shift it, you put it into what you want it to be, and then that's what it shall be. You have to have faith. Current circumstances don't matter. In this lifetime, when you are sitting here and you might have the biggest mess, why worry about it? You just manifest it. You shift it. You say, oh, that's not how I want it to be, so guess what? That's going to get a revision, and I'm going to get what I want. You can use manifesting in every area of your life. I have manifested money out of nowhere before, and not even been clear on what I want. I didn't even say I want X amount by this amount of time. I just point blank said, I just want some extra money to come in. I don't care where, I don't care how much, I don't care, but it would be helpful. And bam, within a week I had a check for $1,000, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I totally manifested that. Another time I manifested a $250 gift card. Random. I manifested parking spaces because it's so hard to get in when I would go for my visits to the doctor's office. It was so hard to find a parking space just because of the amount of people that were going to the Cancer Institute. So it was impossible. So on my way there, I would always say, I'm going to pull in and get a parking space. I'm not going to have to be late for my appointment. No. And I would pull in and bam, there was one. While you're seeing all these people like getting dropped off and they're circling and circling, pull in and wham, every single time. So your thoughts and words are constantly creating. So what comes out of your mouth and what is generating up here, it manifests. Be careful of what you think and what you say. Adopt a power of believing into your life. I believe that I can do anything I set my mind to. I believe that if I want something, I shall have it. I believe it. If I believe it, it's going to manifest. So stay on top of your thoughts. Really watch what you think. If you're faced with health issues, financial issues, relationships, if you're just wanting to get an offer accepted on a house, it doesn't matter. If it's something you want, you claim it, you say it's yours, and be done with it. I said, I will not have cancer. I will not have treatments. They're taking all this stuff out. I'm good to go. Here I am, several years later, pretty much good to go. So I continue to manifest. I continue to believe. I put Neville Goddard's works into practice every single day. And I cannot tell you enough. Give gratitude. As soon as I open my eyes, sometimes before I can even get my eyes open, I'm laying there giving gratitude. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed in whatever rolls through this crazy head of mine. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed for another day. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed that I have a roof over my head. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed that I have got tea so I can have a cup of hot tea in the morning. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed that I have got a comfortable bed. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed for the people in my life. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed that I know what love is. I know how to love. And I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed that I know how to receive love in return. So I hope that this helps you. If you are going through any type of battles and you need some help with that, you will find the link to my website in the description below. I do offer coaching, so I'm here for you. Until next time.